Welcome back to The House Next Door.
Where real estate meets reality.
I'm Anthony Harris.
And I'm Barbara Giglio.
Yay!
So welcome back.
Second episode in the studio.
It's our second episode in the studio. It's like,
Do you feel professional yet?
It's not our second episode of the season, but yeah, I'm starting to.
I know.
I'm starting to feel professional. I was so nervous the first. I'm less nervous.
Now we just need a live audience.
Oh gosh, yeah. That is our next segue. Is a live
We'll go
audience.
to the comedian stage.
Oh,
they'll love us.
Oh gosh, no, they won't. I would never. Oh my gosh, people are mean.
Fright.
People are mean to comedians.
Oh, I know. And comedians are mean to people too.
Well, then
so the last episode we were making fun of lesbians. Now we're making fun of comedians.
Oh, I'm not making fun of anyone. You are.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you are the problem. So I want to talk about Maple.
Yes.
So we got to do a little catch up. Anthony, our young Anthony, has a responsibility.
Yeah.
He's a kind of afraid of commitment, but he's committed to Maple the dog.
Yeah, Maple the dog.
So tell us about her.
She is a 1-year-old golden retriever mixed with maybe a German shepherd.
Oh, she's cute.
Yes.
She's very cute.
I'm on week 1 with her.
Yeah, and he has not posted any pictures on social media because he doesn't want to commit.
Because I'm not a Gen X or Gen Z. I don't know. I'm an old soul.
Gen X is me. Millennial is, you're probably a millennial.
I am a millennial.
But you might be a Gen Z, like an early Gen Z.
I'm the last year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Maple has not made it to social media yet.
You haven't hard launched Maple?
She got put on my story, but no text.
Oh my gosh.
She would love it though. We went to a coffee shop this last weekend and she got all the pets.
She did. So. Okay, where did you go? You went to a weird thing.
Yeah,
You went to a reggae festival?
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so we went to a reggae festival. Actually, that was the same week. Went to a reggae festival downtown Austin. And you know how the last episode you were talking about your little robot incident?
Yeah.
So
how I almost ran over one. Because Broncos are not made for downtown
and Austin is very tech friendly, tech forward. So when we were down at our at the reggae festival, they had these flying autonomous taxi cabs.
What? What do you mean?
They
like
look
Jetsons?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
But you're
exactly.
It's a spaceship? Wait, a spaceship?
Yeah. It looks like
so many questions.
It looks like a drone.
Okay.
That's enclosed with lots of propellers around it and it goes
You get in it?
Yeah. There's no steering. It does it all by itself.
You get in this bubble.
Yes.
And it goes up.
Flies. It flies. And it's electric powered.
Oh!
Battery powered, so you better make sure it's charged.
How high does it go?
I don't know. They said that it can get you to work in 15 minutes or less.
But, how high in the air? Are we 10 feet? Or are we...
Probably 1,000. I don't
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. 500
so this is
it's a flying aircraft.
They finally did the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get in it?
No.
How much is it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think that we can. I don't know if they'll let me.
Could you use it from Smithville to get to downtown?
It only has 15 minutes of battery life.
Oh, no, you're not. Oh, my
But how fast does it go? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
You're not sitting in traffic. Hopefully.
Oh,
you might hit a tree along the way.
I don't know where I've been, but I have not seen the flying saucer taxi. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so you saw that at the reggae festival?
Yeah. And I was not high, so I was not imagining it.
I know, because I kind of don't trust that you're telling the truth.
No.
I kind of feel like you're lying to me. But okay. Well, should we get into our episode?
Yeah.
Okay. This is one that's very near and dear and close to my heart, as anybody who knows me. I love historic homes. So this episode is kind of a little bit informative about historic homes. So it's called The Charm, the Chaos, the Cost, Buying Unique Homes and Historic Homes. And so I, in particular, am always looking at historic properties for investment and also for my homestead. So I'm constantly living in this world. And I think there's a lot of people who kind of like follow that and feel that because they see this beautiful kind of romanticized version of historic and unique homes on Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. And you like follow me in my old house. And then, we have all these great renovation shows where they take, the guy that used to be on the New Kids on the Block. What's his name? I can't think. Like Joey John, whatever. I don't know.
Jimmy John?
Yeah. Well, he lives in in Massachusetts, and he does farmhouses.
Oh, wow.
And he's so cool. He lives on a farm, he and his husband, and he totally redoes all these historic homes. And so I follow, of course, I watch it.
I've seen that.
It's like Farmhouse something, and so, you get these beautiful, like, kind of shows, and you think, I could do that. I want to live in a farmhouse. And then you call your realtor, and you start looking at them, and you go, oh, gosh, where do I put the TV? And I had some clients that were like that. They wanted this historic home. They had kids, and they had a great budget, right? So they could get a nice historic home that's been renovated. And they're like, well, where do we put the TV? Where do we do this? Why is the kitchen not open? And I said, well, because it's a historic home. Mm-hmm. They didn't have, you would never in a million years have your kitchen open to your guests in an old home. Yeah. That's not how people lived. You kept all of that, in the back, right? Mm-hmm. You kept it in the back. No, you would never want anyone to see your kitchen and your mess. I mean, people would think it was crazy back then to know that we entertain in our actual kitchens next to our sinks, right?
Yeah.
And so the houses were built up that way. And of course, you didn't have TV. You maybe had radio at one time. But so you didn't need to have these places for any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to you have to fit into the home. The home can't fit into, you. Yeah. You've got to make it work.
It's really hard to make a floor plan different.
Yeah. And so a lot of people will, get in there and see, okay, yeah, I like elements of this, but yeah, I'm never living here. I feel like I'm living in a dollhouse.
That's me.
That is you. Yeah. That's how you feel.
Like, I can appreciate the architecture. I can appreciate the time period, but I don't think I could live in one.
Yeah, and you say they're so cold.
Yeah, so the memory that I have is one of my friends lived in one in Bastrop, and I stayed over at their house, and the next morning I woke up, and I swear it was 25 degrees in that freaking house. And I was shivering, and I was covered in blankets.
Because original windows, and the AC wasn't, or the heat wasn't kicking on. Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, they're cool, but I couldn't live in one.
Well, I was standing in one, had shiplap wall. Oh, so cool. It was built in, I think, 1907, 1908. And it was kind of like a prairie farmhouse type. Mm-hmm. And it's in Bastrop. And it wasn't for sale. It was just on a historic tour. And it had shiplap all on the walls. And when you would stand next to the walls, you could just feel the air coming in. Even those really thick walls, you could just feel the air coming through. And then, of course, air leaking through all the windows. And my mom lives in a house that was built in 1914.
Hers doesn't feel as drafty, though.
Oh, her electricity bill. So it's combined with her water bill, but it's over $700 a month.
Crazy.
Because her house just, even though it's big brick solid, it's just leaking energy, which she's fine with because it's very charming.
Put some solar panels on that roof.
And to be fair, she's from San Luis Obispo, California, and so they keep it 7 degrees no matter whatever's going on outside. It's always 67. It's always coastal California temperatures in her house. So, and it's a big house. It's like 5,400 square feet. Wow. So yeah, and so it's there's it could be a very different reality when you live in them. So I know there's all kinds of places in Austin where you can find, we've got Rosedale, we've got Allendale, we've got Terrytown, we've got Clarksville. We have all those little pocket neighborhoods where you have Travis Heights, where you have old homes. Yeah. And we know about those. I want to talk about where we find these old homes where there's still somewhat of a deal and they're off the beaten path. Yep. So not Austin. We're going to kind of venture outside of Austin. And some of the best areas right now to find a historic home where you can still get value. Well, it's obviously Bastrop, but people are saying Bastrop's too expensive. But it's not compared to here.
Yeah, true.
Not compared to Georgetown.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to keep it relative.
Yep.
But Bastrop, Smithville. Smithville is really the deal right now.
Yeah.
But the problem with Smithville is...
sellers want too much money.
No. No, I mean, yes, that's always a yes, right? But the problem with Smithville is a lot of the homes are really small.
Oh.
You know, they're like 1,700 square feet, 1,600 square feet. So it's hard to get the ones that are really big, they're just not on the market. And so you have to go in and kind of make that floor plan work. And a lot of people who are wanting to do that, they want, at least 2,000 square feet. So that can be a little hard. The other place, of course, Lockhart. Lockhart's growing crazy. They have beautiful historic homes. People would argue that's getting expensive, but it's still less expensive.
It has charm, too.
It does. And barbecue.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I mean, that's where the barbecue wars are.
Yeah.
Right there. And then San Marcos, where you are.
Yep. There's a few. And they're kind of good size. They're pretty big, the ones that we have.
And price-wise, what's the average price for?
They don't ever go on the market.
They don't?
No. So San Marcos is generally more affordable, though.
It is. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't know.
The historic homes never go on the market there.
Well, and when I was looking for, I am currently looking historic, and I never see anything pop on. But when I go down to San Marcos, they have these darling houses in this cute square. San Marcos has a really cute downtown square with great little restaurants. They much charm.
They literally never go on the market.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. And then New Braunfels also has some options. It's a little pricier in New Braunfels just because you're starting to get next to green and all that good stuff. Yeah. And then...
Temple.
Yeah, Temple. Yeah. Ooh, Temple's a bargain.
And it's affordable. Yeah, very affordable.
Temple is a bargain, but this is the deal about Temple. It's a bargain. So there's the Temple Historic District is amazing. It has big old trees, beautiful old houses that were built really during like the time of the railroad, bankers, lawyers, and railroad people, railroad execs or whatever. I don't know what they were there. Tycoons. That's what they were called, tycoons. Built these beautiful, stately homes in the historic district, right? And then the city kind of just grew around it. And so it's this great little pocket, and there's so much community there. They have, little parades, and all of the people are really close and connected and look out for each other. And it's great little walkability around the neighborhood, and these homes are like gorgeous and big and untouched. Most of them are untouched.
Wow. So they're all original?
Yes.
Just outdated, not...
Yeah, like the one I looked at, original tile from 1920s, original elevator from 1920s.
Wow. Did you go in it?
And I put an offer in it.
No, did you go in the elevator?
No, but I put my stepson in it and sent him up.
Did he step down?
He was fine. Had a basement. All the pools on, like the kitchen was totally 1920s. I didn't want to change a thing in that house, except that it did need a plumbing and it did need
I was about to say, when you say all of that, all I hear is cha-ching, cha-ching,
oh,
cha-ching.
no, I love the charm. But anyway, so that's a place where there's still a deal. Here's the drawback about that. Temple is still evolving, right? There's the projects not too far from there. There's a lot of crime that surrounds it in not so pretty nice places, Yeah. So you got to kind of drive through some seedier parts to get to your home. And for some people,
inner city.
Yeah, for some people, it's no big deal. For me, I didn't care about that. But for other people, that can be kind of a deal breaker. And when is that area going to, see the gentrification and all that kind of stuff? I don't know. Maybe never. Temple could stay the way it is. It's kind of, there's nothing. Temple has some wonderful things about it, but it doesn't have that same, feel of Georgetown.
Yeah.
Or even Belton, the cutesy.
It's not polished.
Sort of Southern Living magazine vibe, right? It just doesn't have that. But some amazing freaking deals. Like we're talking good deals under $500,000 for some of these big mansion type homes. I looked at one that was over 6,000 square feet. Wow. It needed a lot, but I heard in that one, it's called the Bashir House. And the family who owned it were big wild game hunters. And they would bring, I don't know if it was a giraffe, but Not giraffe. They did kill. They did kill a giraffe, but they.
Where did they find a giraffe?
They go to Africa.
Oh, okay.
And then they would butcher a lot of the They would what do you call it? Render? I don't know. You know how you cut your animal?
Yeah.
Butcher, I guess. Okay, whatever. They would do that in the basement. Yeah. And so I went to the basement. It was this tiny little stone staircase down. You could feel the dead animal vibe.
Yeah, nope.
It was awful.
And see, that's another reason.
Even if there was a tornado, I'd be like, I'm going up the tornado.
I'll go with Dorothy.
Yeah, I'm going up the funnel. I'm not going
and that's
up
my
there.
other problem with historic homes is I feel like
they're creepy.
Yeah, some of them.
Well, they can be.
Yep.
The one for the 1920s one that I loved, it definitely had a vibe.
Was that the one that we went to?
No, you didn't see this one. This one had a vibe. I'm pretty sure it was haunted, but I'll say this again. I've said it many times. I will put up with a good haunting for original tile from 1920s. Just going to put that out there. We are sharing that home with Satan. So here's a couple of other things that we're kind of touching on them, but like hidden costs of...
There's a lot.
Okay, so one we talked about energy costs, right? They kind of bleed energy. And you can do as much as you can to, like my mom has spray foam under her foundation and it still is high electricity bills.
Yeah.
And insurance, okay, that's something that you don't think about. You almost can't get these houses insured.
Yeah.
So my mom cannot get her house insured.
Yeah.
She has like very basic insurance because when the insurance adjuster came down, they were like, well, this is a liability and this is a liability. And she has this old coal burning stove downstairs in her house. It's a broiler. And it's just been renovated and restored, but not connected, right? It's not even connected to anything, but it's how the house was warm, like heated back in the day. And so she said that was a liability, even though, because they are liabilities. They're like bombs when they're actually functioning and working.
But we're in 2026.
Yeah, there's an HVAC. There's it's not working. And that right there made it so she couldn't get insurance.
That's crazy.
So your insurance, if you can get it, is going to be extremely, extremely high.
Which doesn't make sense because statistically, that house has been through more storms, more fires, more... it's 200 years old.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you do a brick house versus a wood house, you're going to have constant maintenance with paint and replacing wood pieces and wood rot. And so you see these beautiful Victorian wooden homes, and you really need to have your painter and your carpenter on speed dial because they're going to be coming like once every 3 months to, just update stuff. So, but for, the right house, to be a steward of these houses and live in them and feel the history, it's totally our responsibility to take care of them and keep them going and keep their stories going.
And there's grants out there with the historic societies. If you buy one to help bring it back to original condition and rehab them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that helps.
And my perspective on buying a historic home and how I see it, my husband grew up in an old home in Long Island, is we're there to make sure nobody modernizes it. And we're there to protect it. Yep. We're there to be the next family for it. And we don't care if our TV doesn't fit and all that good stuff, but we need at least 2,000 square feet. And we want it to be under $1 million. So
preferably.
There we are. And then one of the other things that I wanted to talk about is looking at historic homes. What makes a home historic versus just old? Because this is a problem too.
Yeah, there's a misconception there. Yep.
Because, and this is where we get our bad renovations, right? And you walk into this beautiful old historic house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at this millwork. It's from 1940. You've got these retro Art Deco curves. It's like so amazing. It just makes me excited. Then I walk in to the kitchen that had a 1990s renovation with fluorescent lighting, and then they painted over all the rest of the millwork and the hardware and the door hinges, and now a house just kind of becomes old.
Yep.
And it loses that historic charm. Don't you agree?
Yep, I do.
Yeah. And they put those jetted bathtubs in. They pull out the clawfoot tub, put a jetted bathtub in from 1980. And you walk, and I looked at one, and I was like, I love this home. It's beautiful. It was built in 1900. and they slapped white paint all over all the beautiful woodwork.
Just kills it.
And they put stainless steel shiny fixtures in with fluorescent bulbs, modernized everything. And I'm like, this is a white box.
Yep.
It's not historic. It's an old house made into a white box, which is really depressing. And okay, so let's talk about my house
Your
that
house.
I love. Yeah, let's talk about. So this is the emotional buyer situation that happens with looking at historic homes, where you don't worry about the cost of how much it is to maintain it. You don't worry about the cost it is to buy, because it's such a niche buyer for a historic home. You're almost always overpaying, right? You're just overpaying because you are buying a piece of history. So I fell in love with this house. I have been watching it for a year. When I could have bought it before I bought my house.
You know everything about it.
I know everything about it. It's 1402 Church Street in Bastrop. And I absolutely adore it. It was listed way too high when I was looking, and I just decided to like pass on it. But yeah, see, look, oh, there she is. Oh, she's so pretty up there. And yeah, it's a Victorian, a Queen Anne Victorian. Lots of woodwork, lots of maintenance. You walk in, like when I stood on that second balcony.
Oh, yeah.
My mom was with me, and I said, "Precious wants her own."
And it literally went up to my knee, the balcony.
I know.
The railing.
You cannot have mint juleps on that because you will fall off.
But if you want to get rid of someone.
But that's at your own risk.
Remember, it's true crime now.
It's true crime.
At the Victoria house.
At the Victorian. And there's like brocade on the walls. And the family, the Cartwrights, who lived there before, she was a seamstress. So she put all of that brocade on the wall. It's beautiful. I wouldn't touch it. And you have hinges that are, these metal ornate hinges, and then the door catches, that are all metal and ornate, all solid wood doors, pocket doors that are functioning. And this house,
and they're heavy.
They're heavy. Yeah. Beautiful original windows that are on the pulls that just go straight up. But the electrical's been updated, the plumbing's been updated. That baby's got 4 AC units, and they did update some things that I feel like I would go back in and I would restore back to its original form. But this house has it all. And so I walk in and I'm like, I don't care. Like, that's the emotional thing. Is I don't care at all. I'm going to figure out how I just bought a house. I'm probably not going to be able to turn around and sell my house. That's fine. We'll work through that. I have got to sell what I will get on OnlyFans and like sell my child, because no one wants to see me, but they might want to see him. I don't know. He's 23, by the way, and he's kind of a hoe, so that would work for him.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
This is really Barbara.
But I want this house. That's how much I'm willing to do for this house.
You're going to pimp out your own son so that you can afford the
We're
house.
talking about the emotional pull that these houses have on us.
That's a whole new low.
They supersede logic. And so this is why you need a realtor to go through this home with you, because I called Anthony and I said, okay, I'm losing my mind. Please come and make sure that, be my realtor, because sometimes a realtor needs a realtor.
Yep. All the time.
This is how important realtors are. Like, we will help see the home with different eyes. When we're looking at it for ourselves and we're in love, we don't see anything, and we'll sell our children. So Anthony was my realtor.
Yep.
And
I pointed out the flaws.
Oh my gosh, you saved me. You saved my marriage. You saved my son. You saved me. And so talk about what you did for me. How you went through the house as a realtor for me.
So we walked up and we went through the front door, and I appreciate the light post at when you first walk in on the staircase. But then when we got upstairs, I saw some moisture probably behind the wallpaper.
I didn't see that when I went through. I didn't see the wallpaper that was crumbling off the walls. And also warping on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yep. Nope. And then...
and I should, because I'm a realtor, and I would have, but I was in love.
And my personal opinion is the primary bathroom, they ruined the whole house with it.
Well, I didn't pay attention to when you had said there's 4 different floorings in this tiny space. And I went, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. There is.
And a lot of the house is original or time period original. And then you get to this super ultra modern primary bathroom.
Yeah. Which is done in all IKEA type, really cheap materials. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, to me, it was a missed opportunity.
It was a missed opportunity.
And then we started looking at numbers.
Yes, we looked at numbers and we were looking at maintenance. Like I would have to come in, pull all that wallpaper off as much as I don't want to, and make sure we could either restore it properly or we were going to have to
figure out where moisture, if there was moisture, and where it was coming from.
It was immediately was going to be work, right?
Oh, in that window in the primary, was it in the primary?
Yeah, I'm fine with that window.
Yeah.
It just leaks. No matter what, if it rains or whatever, you're going to have water coming in that window. And I'm like, okay, that's just what the window wants to do. So I'm okay with that.
But let's talk about the moisture and the mold.
Yeah. I'll just put a little fan on it.
No, was it My Fat Greek Wedding where they would put Windex?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. But you really did save me, Anthony, because you all of a sudden the emotional romantic vision of all my antiques fitting in the house. And I had visions of me doing cheesy Instagram posts, next to my vintage staircase. And I was having all these Downton Abbey moments. I was having the Gilded Age moments.
And then remember, you felt something when we went upstairs.
I did feel a little something. That house has a lot of history. It was originally, the land was, it was originally, there was a school where girls could actually attend school, which was pretty crazy for that time. Then it became a military kind of camp and school during the Civil War. Mm-hmm. And then it had a doctor bought that land from Bastrop, and he was a infectious disease doctor during the yellow fever times, and he was a yellow fever specialist. And so he built that big, beautiful house for his family, raised his 5 boys in it, and then it changed hands to another family who, during World War II, opened it up to boarders and everything during for the Camp Swift and all that stuff, where they had families would come, and pretty much all the houses in Bastrop during that time were opened up to allow boarders during World War II. And then the Cartwrights had it. And then now Gary Schiff has it. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't turn over much. So you know you're going to have residual memories maybe lingering there for people who, I didn't feel anything bad. I just felt a little vibe. And I'm like, we could live together. We could live together.
She pushes you off the balcony.
But then we ran the comps again. And
we looked at just round ballpark numbers of
what it really needs to be, and what the seller is willing to do, are two huge discrepancies. And that's when you go, I don't have a real willing seller. Yep. And I am a willing buyer, but at a price. Yep. So,
and that's why it's been on the market.
That's why it is. Okay. Yep. But you helped me not do that. Okay, we have a game.
Yay.
Okay.
We love our games.
Historic treasure or money pit? Okay. Ooh. Okay, here we go. All right. So 1890s Victorian and Bastrop. It's not the house I'm just talked about. Okay, just so you know. Gorgeous woodwork, brimming with original character, but also brimming with original knob and tube wiring, which is fabric wiring, highly flammable. You really have to get it taken out of the house and redo all the electrical. It's priced just below market value. Is this a lifetime of charm or an expensive headache?
Expensive headache. You need it cheaper. If it's under.
Okay, I'm going to say a lifetime of charm.
But it's right under. How much?
A lifetime of charm, and my electrician comes to Thanksgiving and Christmas because we know him so well.
You're going to bribe him.
1925 Austin bungalow, fully renovated with trendy finishes, no permits pulled, everything looks solid. But is this a legal mess when we come to resell, or an Instagram dream? No permits. No
I'm going to say illegal mess, but there's buyers out there, but not many.
That will do it. Yeah. And it's anytime you have something that needs to be repaired, there's no permits pulled. Yep. So it's like, it gets, it could be tricky. For me, I'm going to say financial mess, just because I don't like trendy finishes.
Yep,
so there.
So
Historic farmhouse in Smithville. On acreage with a well and septic. This is not my house. No updates since 1980. Systems are functioning, just old in a funky floor plan. It's priced below market. So is this a peaceful retreat?
Yes.
A slow financial drip?
No.
It's a peaceful retreat. Yeah. And then turn of the century gem in Georgetown with a historic designation. Maintained beautifully. You can walk to the square, but because it has everything done and it has a designation, you really can't do a whole lot to it, and you have to make sure you're following all the historic guidelines. So is this like prestige and charm or a creative prison?
Prestige.
Prestige and charm. Like, yes, thank you. Do all the work.
It stays there.
Yes. 1907, home with the original windows, doors, hardware. So like totally solid bones. Mm-hmm. But it's had the foundation fixed twice. And while you're touring it, you notice that you're going up and down and up and down.
That's common.
So is that character?
Yes.
And you can build on, or is it a money pit?
Yep.
Yeah, because especially if it's pier and beam, just,
lift it up.
She's gonna need a little help with the sagging over the years. I agree. Yeah.
Do that again.
We all need a little lift every now and then. Don't judge.
After 100 years, what do you expect?
Right. So, well, that's it for today in our talking about our historic homes. So,
until next time,
we'll see
y'all.